Good morning, Rabbi Isai. Welcome to all the Choshva guests, including myself. I wasn't here yesterday. I'm under the weather. I have a little bit of a virus. Still in the same matzah, basically. But we're getting better. Bezrat Hashem. The shaila is if it happened from the monkey. So we have a raya. If my wife gets sick, this is the first time I really hope she gets sick. She's getting sick. She's getting sick. She started complaining. So then I was feeling a little safer. Otherwise, I have a problem. Why? But also the siyata d'shmaya, I said, the siyata d'shmaya that nothing went wrong. This could have happened during the trip. It happened at the tail end as I landed here in Eretz Yisrael. It's big. And we were once in a hotel program, our hotel program, that the whole hotel got sick with this thing. Even my wife had to have liquids. What is it called? Fusion IV. Yeah. So I just received this from Chaya Rivka and Meyer Fischel, reflections from the Morocco trip. And I'm reading this because we're in Shloshis Yemei Hagbala and the Chashivas of Torah. This is not a regular trip or an excursion of any sort. It was a special opportunity of connection and deep appreciation of what true Torah learning looks like and encompasses. The highlight was definitely that the entire day revolved fully around when the daf would be learned with the rebelli. The schedule was planned around this and adjusted to fit the situation as needed to do the daf both in Hebrew and in English. This is a true Kiddush Hashem. Being reminded that no matter where we are, Sahara Desert, on Camel, or Marrakesh market, the priority remains the commitment we have to the Shir and Teres Hashem. This is a true inspiration. It can only happen with the remarkable devotion of Rebbe Eli and his Chashav Rebbetzin. Being with so many people that all have a part in this Torah learning was a truly humbling and special experience. We're so grateful to have had the opportunity to join. Thank you to all who organized and orchestrated the entire program and schedule, leaving out no details. Sometimes you want to take a break to recharge and fill your cup emotionally or physically. But this experience filled a spiritual cup with added chiyus towards Torah. Mitzvahs, Torah, mitzvahs, and a better awareness of being Adam l'chaveiroi and chesed. To understand and feel the impact of Torah learning in the daf, but more than that, how it infuses one with chizuk to keep Torah Hashem on another level and to include others on a higher level of chesed. It is truly an inspiration. Ashrecha Rebelli for all you do with the unwavering support of your Rebbetzin and with the utmost siyata d'shmaya. Thank you for allowing us to be a small part of something having such an impact on us, our family, and the entire Klal Yisrael. Hashem should bench Rebelli and his Rebbetzin with koyach to continue bringing Torah. And you got so many with much mazel bracha and nachas for many years to come. Meyer and Chaya Rivka Fischel. And now I want to show you a small clip that Ari Chaimowitz put together of just Torah. Just the Torah parts of the shir. I had to wear those headphones so I didn't hear noise from the outside. That's my mashbach. You saw the guy? Oh, he's great. Listen to this song. It's incredible the way he sings it. Unbelievable. All right. we'll jump into the shir. I don't know if this is negeh to people here. Maybe, yeah, a lot of you, the women here speak Hebrew. So the incredible Dudi Braverman is giving a shir to our women tonight at 9:30 on Zoom. So there's a link somewhere going around. Check it out. He's unbelievable. If you understand Hebrew, it's really kedai. And from the Palachik Family Foundation, check this out. Having some serious FOMO about missing the Morocco trip this year. You have FOMO? Oh, you would have had a no. Ooh. I don't want to. Okay. No, it was terrible. It was having some serious FOMO about missing the Morocco trip this year. I'm sitting in Manhattan overlooking the busiest bridge in the world, learning the daf by myself, but not feeling alone. Many outwardly successful people spend their lives searching for a deeper purpose, the opportunity to devote themselves to a cause greater than themselves, and to genuinely impact the lives of others for the better. I dare say that we have found that in MDY. Best, Naftali Palachik, the Palachik Family Foundation, Yeshur Koyach. Let's jump into it. Breakfast sponsored by Shaya Spear of London, UK. Welcome home, Eli Stefansky from Morocco. Purim money secured. Now let the party begin. Okay? Svir Soimer, Lefus had more vision shlitok. V'kedushas Morim B'Yisrael ben Leah Esther Lefur Shlema. Maybe it means because we're wearing those Purim things. I don't know. I should really say Svir Soimer. I don't want that guy who could have missed the first, almost on the last day. Hayoim shmoina v'arboim yoim shem shisha shavuos v'shisha yomim boimer loimer. It's Rebelli's fault because he forgot to say it in shir. Serious Homer by Anonymous for the merit of Refuah Shlema B'Meira L'Rivka Sarah Bas Chayat Dvaira. The Masechta Zev and Yael Shulhof, the Perek, the Benedict family. Daf Chof, Kobi and Eti Moses, L'Zech Nishmas Frumat Bas Rabbi Avram Yaakov Alei Shalom. Sholoman, Dalet Sivan Tavshin Samaches. The shir, the Masechta, sponsored by David Salomon, dedicated in memory of Avi Moirib Shmuel Baruch Ben Reb Chaim Tzvi Doiz Zechron Levracha. The Palachik Family Foundation, in gratitude to the consortium and the alliance and all they do to support MDY. Anonymous, and Tzlach Baruch Nitzvi V'Gashmis, and thank you to Chief Benny. Anonymous for complete Refuah Shlema and Arichas Yom to Leah Bas Esther, B'Yomin and Danielle Rosenfeld, Brios V'Simcha. I'm thinking here, this is the cheetah man. What happened? Nachamal to all the new people. We're on safari in Serengeti, and the hardest thing to see is a not a kill, a catch, a chase, an ending of the neshama of a gazelle. And the kids, we didn't see one, and we were on the way to the airport, and we were driving for 2 hours. We haven't seen a single animal, not even a giraffe, not an elephant garnish. And somebody said that if he sees a kill, he's going to give a certain amount of money to MDY. So the next guy in the thing, the kids are, how much money total was raised in that Jeep, Avi? $12,000. And a few minutes later, we saw one of the best chases, kills possible. It was a cheetah chasing down a gazelle right in front of all our Jeeps. It means that every single person on the trip got to saw it, which was extremely rare because we never had all the Jeeps together. And the chase was in circles, kept on happening right in front of us. Like, it didn't go far away from us. It was in front of us, over and over, boom. And then by the chop itself, it was higher grass. It wasn't that gory. Okay. Today, in this trip, we had something that we went to Lala Slika and everybody cried there. We didn't know, when we prepared, we didn't know that it's going to be your yard site the day that we're supposed to go to her caver. So which is a bigger... which is a bigger, yeah.
A little bit of chase at her kever, that would have been something.
Yeah. It's true. People, it's usually when you have a trip like this, there's going to be the naysayers and the people that feel like, wow, why are they... This trip allows us not to do a charity fundraiser, which is, it's one of the reasons we do it, because our Taimchem, they support and they help, and otherwise we have to go through the whole process of charity, and you know what it is. Some people like it. Some people say it's a good thing, and I hear there's even the Taimchem, some of them say we should still do a charity because everybody should feel part of it. But anyway, I want to point out that everybody that came on the trip paid their own way. MDY did not pay for anybody to come. It's an appreciation trip. We put the trip together and we give it at cost, and it's a very cheap trip for anybody that pays, but they all pay. Because I had already some people, emails, oh, you're taking our money, and if yes, it's not the end of the world. But, daigenisht, concentrate on the daf Rebbe. Next year, Be'ez Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give you the opportunities that you can give and give and give, and we'll take you also on the trip. The way it worked is that if you donated $30,000 to MDY, then you could pay $6,000 and come on the trip, or $10,000 if it's a couple. That's how it was. Those were the numbers. All right. Zok the Gemara. The Gemara. Anonymous. No, I'm still in anonymous. No, we're holding by. Yeah, but the woman. Let me just finish this. Anonymous for complete refuah shleima and arichas yom talei basester b'yom Daniel Rosenfeld B'rius v'simcha. Ari Simon is a monthly sponsor for shleima Avi Mari Baruch Ben Miriam. Remind me to drink. I'm not joking. B'yom and Daniel Rosenfeld Parnasa b'shefa. Spanish Shir sponsors, wishing the MDY family a good Yontiv and Chag Sameach. Thank you. Yishkoyach, I love this sponsorship. Meshulam Dir. Hold on. Mazel tov to Yaakov Schreiber completing a Masechta for an 8-year-old cancer patient. No, he wrote me a beautiful email. Okay, hopefully it will be in there tomorrow. Meshulam Dir. Maybe it was anonymous, but it was a beautiful email. Howard Wimmer. In honor of Bernie Liebtag, who got me to MDY 2 years ago this week. Anonymous. Mazel tov to Uri Palyavich, one of the biggest investors in Jewish education worldwide. By the Yale Foundation team, for the merit of Uri and Yale Palyavich and their children Benjamin and Matt. Anonymous. For the merit of Shidduch for Sarah Golda Bas Rivka. Oh, my good friend. And he got us the naming of the building. You'll see the naming of MDY. Louis Kolam made a shidduch. His youngest daughter, Shira, is engaged. I already forgot to who. But Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. Anonymous, before Shlomo for Avram Yishaya ben Slavet Dvor and Yerucham ben Yehudis. Shlomo Nevi Mostafsky, Nachman ben Nosson Mostafsky on his 50th yard side. Gimel Sivan. The Malone family. Lezech Nishmas Mordechai Boaz ben Avram Yosef Blumkin, who at the age of 80 received smicha. At the age of 80, he received smicha, Rabbi Yisai. By Mati Stengi. Mazel tov to Yehuda Stengi, MDY graduate. Remember, he used to come every day? With the hoodie, the thing? To who? No way! Gili's daughter. And Ariella Bar Chaim on their engagement. Wow! That's Mamisha MDY Shidduch. Yeah, he has a lot of Akar Satov to MDY, Mati. Ezra Abrams, in honor of my Shas-iversary. Ezra Abrams, where's Hillel? Thank you, Rebelli, for the past 2,711 days since Zvachim Daf 20. You remember Ezra Abrams, who came over there in the building over there? He's Hillel all the way from Australia. I want to say Shalom Aleichem. Oh, Shalom Aleichem, Rebbe Ezra. Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. What a big simcha. 2,100. All with MDY? Wow. Givaldik. Rebbe Yossi. Stand up a second. Show me what you got us over here. Unfortunately, I won't be able to eat it today. I know. What's hasta?
Cheese chocolate babka.
A cheese chocolate babka. Wow. This is loyig larosh. If the oilam was going to eat it now in front of me, it's going to be a very, very big thing. Very, very bad thing. All right, let's go. Go ahead. Eat. Enjoy yourselves. Go, go, go. I lost 10 pounds. I don't intend on gaining them back right now. Go ahead. No? You're slicing it up?
He wants your nice.
Special from Bar.
Yeah, he has a satellite location in his. What's going on there? What's going on, Rabbi Schwartz?
Said you had a cold. I brought tea with a little bit of cold in it.
Ah, a little bit cold in. Okay, good. Careful, careful. Oh, okay. Shkoyach. What's that? No, Bar Park.
In his store.
Yeah, Bar Park. HYK Ventures, Rabbi side, we got to go. Koil sponsors the month. HYK Ventures in the schus for success for all our clients. B'yom Daniel Rosenfeld, Bracha B'Parnasa. MDY Kids sponsors Innovations LC as Chus Vakiv Simcha Ben Fege and Rivka Yudis Bas Yavachaya. MDY Art, Rufur Shlema Yonatan Eitan Ben Bishav Brocha, Rufur Shlema Mordechai Ben Esther, Rufus Hayel Daniel Zev Ben Ayel Tester. Rabbi say we're holding here by the Mishnah. Yutes Amud Beis by the Mishnah. Hashoichet min azdodim shchitosik sheira. If somebody shechts from the side of the neck instead of, let's say, directly over here, you shecht from over here. Shchitosik sheira. Rashi points out, unlike all the other Mishnais, hashoichet means only after the fact. Over here it means l'chatchila. You could shecht on the side of the neck l'chatchila. Hamoilek min azdodin. Milikasi psula. Milika, what's Milika? You take your thumbnail, you have a nice long thumbnail that's sharp, and you go to the back of the neck right over here, you push through. I'll show you a video. There's different types. This is a little gory. Boys, I'm warning the oil. It has blood in it. If you don't like blood, do not look. We're going to get some emails about this one. No, you really looked away. This is two-handed. He grabs with one hand, punctures with the second hand. It's to lessen the whole effect. This is with the same hand. The same hand does it. Garnished. Or this could be right over here. This is how Yoshi did it. It breaks the spine and the spinal cord and goes through the veshet and hits the kana, because we're going from the other side. There's a way to show it like this. There's another way. Hold on. There's one thing if a person is sick, he has a virus, Reb Shimon. There's another thing if he pulls these things out.
There's a baby pigeon.
Rabbi Isai, everybody in Eretz Yisrael has one of these on his porch right now. This is not a big glick. Okay, you're used to this from yesterday. Malika is from over here, this side. Now, this is the head. Excuse me. Chutzpah. Think he just decided to do something. This is the head. This is what we call oirif. This head is a oirif. The back part of the head down here is called mimul oirif. That could see the oirif. Okay. Finish the job. I saw my customers. I saw this guy couldn't even watch it on a video, an AI video. He's getting all gross. He's going to finish the job here. If you shech the bird, he just decided to do something. Baruch Hashem. We need a one here. I changed diapers before. I never changed a pigeon's. Wow. We were in a real tannery. It was unbelievable. That was one of my favorite parts of the whole Morocco. It was massive, should be massive. And they had little mikvahs. 50, 60 little boiros. And people were in it. Real live people were inside these pits that were full of pigeon poop. And they were putting the hides in, mamish like in the time of the Gemara. And they said that when the Jews left in the 60s, they gifted it to the Goyim. Yeah, they gifted it. They gave this whole, it used to be owned by the Jews, that's why they were nice to us. They said, we're nice to you because, the Jews is really a Jewish place. But to watch it, it goes from thing to thing, each person does another thing, and they make bupkis per day. They sit in this stuff all day long for making like $10 a day. Crazy stuff. Anyway, so Hamoilik min oiref, milikasik shera. Obviously, milika is from the back of the neck. What is it called in English? The nape? Okay. Hashoichet min atzavar, shchitasik shera. Obviously, when you do shchita from the front of the neck, that's a normal shchita. Hamoilik min atzavar, but if you do milika from there, milikasik psula, it's no good. And the Mishnah finishes off, shekol oirev kosher lemilika. The entire nape, that's what you called it? Yeah, the nape is kosher for malika. The kol hatzaver, the front part of the neck, the whole neck is kosher l'shchita. And then the Mishnah says, ninsa kosher b'shchita possible malika. Everything that's kosher by shchita is possible malika. It's on the opposite side. Kosher malika possible b'shchita. My oiref. What does oiref mean? Ilay oiref mamish. Oiref means on the other side of the face. This is the face. So oiref is on the other side, but it's on the head. You cannot do milika on the head. Why can't you do milika on the head? It's a mefurish pasuk that says not on the arpai, not on the head, but mimul arpai. Yeah, it's a little confusing. What's mimul arpai? The part that sees the arpai. What sees the arpai? Here, let me show you on this instead of the real bird. This is arpai. This part over here sees the arpai. This is mimul arpai. Arpai, mimul arpai. Okay. Elamai oiref, mimul oiref. So we have to say that oiref means underneath the head, on the nape. Kidiktani seifa, and I'll prove it to you because it says kol oiref kosher l'malika. The entire oiref is good for malika. Now, what is kol oiref? Look how small the head is. How are you going to do what's all? But this entire area, that means that I can understand why it says kol. From here all the way to here is a good area for malika. Kol oiref. If it was referred a nachamal, they don't stop. It's a natural. Nervayim. Okay. You know what? We're going to put him back in the thing. Rabbi say goodbye to our star. Check this out. During Shir, they inserted this. This is what we saw, Rabbi say. Crazy. Was I exaggerating? This is what we saw from the top view. And there's people in here. Let's see if we can see a person here. Here's a guy inside the bar. You see him inside there. Not shaykh. Here. Yeah, and they give you mint because it really smells. Here's the hides all over. You'll see hides. The different. They put a yellow on it in the beginning. It's we sat there and just we were mesmerized by this whole. They take just a regular hide. You see it coming off the animal. They pour some yellow on it. They smear it. They put in this one and that one. Each one it's different colors. It's really cool. Okay. It's a bursiki. It says that you should put the bursiki on the east side, not on what side? You put a bursiki on a certain side of the city because it smells so bad. And the okay, let me get rid of this. Okay. Zog the Gemara. V'cheinu oimer minanimili. The Tanur Rabbanon. How do we know that it's mimul arpai, not arpai? The Tanur Rabbanon mimul arpai mul haroya so oiref, what sees the head, which is the nape that sees the head. V'cheinu oimer v'hu yoishev mimuli. Balak tells Bilam, v'hu Klal Yisrael sitting across from me. I see them. I'm able to see them. So you see the idea of mul is that it could see. You could see the nape could see the head. So now I have another pasuk that tells me that it's not the face, but it's behind the face. It's the oiref. What's the second pasuk for? I don't know what the oiref is. I don't even know what the oiref is. How am I going to know what sees the oiref? So I know that oiref is the opposite of the face. The face is on one side, the oiref is on the other side. In other words, the back of the head. So now I know that the oiref is the opposite of the face. And Memul Oirif is down a little lower than that, it's the nape. Amri b'nei Rebbe Chia. The two sons of Rebbe Chia, the twins, the famous twins, Yehuda and Chizkiah, they come along and they drop a big bomb here. Mitzvahs Melika Machzer Simonim La'achoyrei Ha'oiref U'moilek. You thought that Melika is one way? I'm going to tell you something completely different. Melika is like this. Moirdik. You got to pull the kan and the veshet and bring them all the way around to the nape, to the back of the neck, and then you could do a kvetch with your nail. What do you gain by that? You gain that you're not coming in directly into the spine. The way you do it now is you go into the spine, through the spinal cord, the animal's pretty much dead by that point, and then you continue going weiter into the kan and the veshet. It's kind of late, no?
It doesn't become treif.
Huh?
Because it doesn't become treif.
If you do it this way, it won't become treif. If you do it this way, it won't become treif. Mitzvahs Melika, Mitzvahs Melika, Machzer Simonim La'achoyrei Ha'oiref. You take the two simonim, the kan and the veshet, you pull it back behind the neck, U'moilek, and then you do Melika. Ikeda Amri, and some say, Af Machzer. You could also, if you feel like it, you could bring it back. If you don't want to, you don't have to bring it back. You could go regular. And there's another sheet that says only regular. What?
You should go through the spine.
That's not what. No. The first sheet of Chizkiah's sons is no. L'chatchila, you go and you do the simonim first and then the spinal cord. Mitzvahs Melika, Machzer Simonim La'achoyrei V'moilek. Yeah, the Iked is now. What's the word in the Iked Amri?
What if you just twist the head?
No, so then it's not an oiref. That's not
It's
oiref.
still back here.
What do you twist the head? You're supposed to put your finger in.
This way.
No,
Then you go in.
you didn't gain anything. Twisting the head. It's. I don't think. Then either you're not going through the oiref or you did the simonim. You're not gonna. You have to physically pull the simonim. Rashi says over here, boys, in the second line. Look at the second line. Ba'avgav the melika kshera. Have a min hamelika. It's part of the melika. Rashi says, look, we know that if there's a tiny little hole in the veshet, in the esophagus, then it's animal's treif. So when you take your knife and you're going in slow motion, you know, those cameras that are able to capture, a million shots per second. So you go like this, and you hit the veshet with your knife, it became treif. A millisecond later, you went through the veshet and you did shchita. But there was a moment where you made this animal treif. That's not a concern. What if it took you 4 times to go back and forth to cut the veshet? It's okay. So you could say that when you do a melika, that's how you do melika. You break the chut hashedra, and then you go to the kana and the veshet and the kana. But that's how you do it. That's how it's done. It's not you made it treifa. That's how it's done. Every animal you make it a treifa somehow in between.
And all of Malik is a finish.
Yeah.
So it's no more of a finish. Anything else you do with your finger.
Oh, it's not that way.
Yeah.
Only by the
Zog the Gemara. Umis Vikadamri Machzedavka. Vikadamri Af Machzer. Some say you could also do it like that. Vikadamri Machzedavka. You must bring the siman to the back so you don't hit the mafrekes, you don't hit the spinal cord first. Umis Tarik Mandoma Af Machzer. It makes a lot of sense. Like the Mandoma that says you can do both ways. Mimai Midiktani Hashochim Min Oirev Shchitasi Psula. Hamoilik Min Oirev Milikosik Shero. The Gemara has a beautiful kash here. If by Melika you have to pull the simanim to the back of the neck, shouldn't that work also by shchita? Why doesn't that work by shchita? If you pull the simanim to the back of a cow's neck and shecht from the back of the cow's neck, it should work. You just shechted the two simanim. I don't care where the simanim were, in the front of the neck or the back of the neck. It should work. So why? The reason why it doesn't work by shechita is because we're not talking about such a case. It could work by shechita. In the Mishnah it says it's no good. No good. Why not good? It is good. Oh, because we're not talking about a case that you schlep the simanim to the back of the neck. And if you don't schlep the simanim to the back of the neck, it only works by melika when you come from the back and you kill. But by an animal, it wouldn't work if you shech from the back of the neck. Again, by an animal, an animal you don't touch, you don't mess with the simanim, and you take a knife and you go from the back of the neck, the shechita is possible. By a bird, if you don't mess with the simanim, you go from the back of the neck, the melika is kosher. That's what the Mishnah says. The Mishnah says it doesn't work by shechita, but it works by melika. But the question is, but I do have a way where it works by shechita. If I do mess with the simanim, I pull the simanim to the back of the neck, and then I do shechita. The answer is you're right. In that case, it would work, but that's not what we're talking about in the Mishnah. Omer Rabbi Yanai, Yikablu Aroivim Shuvas on these youngsters, these Yehuda and Chizkiah. I have a great answer to them. Diktani Ninsa Kosher B'Shchita Possible Melika. It says the last words of the Mishnah are, it comes out that whatever is kosher by shechita is possible by melika. Kosher by melika, possible by shechita. Whatever is good by melika is no good by shechita. Whatever is good by shechita is no good by melika. Lemutimai. What are you adding to everything that we already said in the Mishnah? Lav lemutei machzor simanim lachayr oyev deloi. Lachayr is coming to say this halacha that you're not supposed to mess around with the simanim and pull it to the back of the neck. So I really wanted to ask the Olam in the beginning of Shir, but now it's too late. Is it possible to do melika with another one of your body parts? What else? So according to Tosfos, it would be possible to do with your teeth. Now the problem is, it's a beautiful Tosfos. No. The problem is that melika has to be done with the right hand. The right. And teeth don't have a right and a left. So how do you do it with the right? So Tosfos brings a raya that you could do chalitza, a woman who doesn't have hands. How does she remove the shoe of the yavam? With her teeth, with her mouth. Chalitza has to be done with the right. So you see that when it comes to your mouth, there's no right and left. The teeth are equal right and left. So he says, maybe you could do melika with your teeth. And
your teeth, there's a begimus here.
Yeah, so what? So your nail also has begimus. There's a lot of begimus, and maybe you sharpened it. If begimus are a problem, you sharpen. But
the teeth on the right side of your mouth.
No, but your meat just means not the left.
voice I hear. What?
You have teeth on the right side of your mouth. Teeth on the left side of your mouth.
No. That's it obviously says you don't have to do that. Here, voice I take a look.
Good evening. We are on the front of the house of a Mr. Shaul Cohen, a local hero who stopped an armed bank robber using nothing but his bare thumbnail. Security footage captures a terrifying moment. The robber never expected, armed only with a razor-sharp extended thumbnail, to fight back and send him running empty-handed. At his home, we realize this is no ordinary man. Instead of a key, Shaul unlocks his front door using his fingernail. He files it 3 times a day, preparing for the biblical bird sacrifice ritual known as Malika in the Holy Temple. The nail is so sharp, he uses it daily to slice open canned food with ease. This incredible feat earned him an official spot in the 2001 Guinness World Records. Shaul claims his thumbnail is even sharp enough for traditional kosher slaughter. Out of respect for our viewers, we have blurred the footage, but there is no doubt either a truly remarkable local hero. This is Jim Roberts for CDS News.
Shaul the Kohen. So there are people, Adayim said that they grow Kohanim that grow their nail. So I forgot who it was. One of the Gedolei Yisrael said that you don't have to because there's no chiv to bring a oilas ha'oif the day that the Beis Hamikdash is built. You have to know all the halachas. Kohanim have to know hilchos Beis Hamikdash and what you have to do with korbanos, but not necessarily for melika. Okay, right? Rabbi Schomburg, you have a geshmak nail going? All right. Very fine. Zog the Gemara. Oh, lemute shein v'tzipayin, that you should not use a tooth or a nail for shchita. Says Gemara, Hashem v'tzipayin behedikton. I don't need our Mishnah to tell us that. We already learned that. We already had a whole Mishnah about shen, tzipayin, the magal, the whole thing, all the things that you can't use. That with your nail, you shouldn't go like this. You shouldn't use your nail as a. How do you do? Thank you. What do you do? How do you do malika? Malika is actually drisa. What's drisa? A pressure, forward pressure. It's not a slicing movement of the nail. It's a forward pressure. So there is no drisa, obviously, in malika. You go like this. And a back and forth movement is no good. And that's what the Mishnah comes to exclude. That's great if you hold that it's asr, but if you hold that it's okay, what do we do? Because the Yudin Chizkiya hold that Moilch Mevi is no good, and that's why we have the diuk in the Mishnah that it's possible. Omer Rav Kahana. Zog the Gemara. Omer Rav Kahana, mitzvahs milika. How do you do milika? What's the mitzvah? What's the best way to do it? And you cut the meat, v'yored, and you go down. You do a drisa. V'zu mitzvah. Two things. You cut the skin, go down in one swift motion or whatever you do it. V'zu mitzvah. That's it. You mekayim the mitzvah. Sorry, over here you can be medayik that if you go back and forth it's no good. No, the opposite maybe. Maybe back and forth is great. Why did it say only this is the way to do it? It's also another way to do it. Whatever is kosher by shchita, so by the opposite and the other side of the head is good by malika, which is a mafurish Mishnah. If it's not good for shchita, it's possible for malika. What does it come to exclude? Oh, so now we're going to get into a sugya of ikur simanim. Thank you, Benny. You remember to put it here. This is the siman, yeah. This is a kana. Ikur simanim just means that this popped out of its place. I don't know exactly how this. Okay, let's say the veshet. You could understand it better in a veshet, maybe. If it pops out of its place, it's not in there. So in a bird, you only have to shecht one out of the two simanim. But what if one of the two simanim is popped out of its place? What would that make the bird? Before you do any shchita, anything, popped it out. It would be a treifa. So he says, that the siman is out of its place. It's not an issue by a bird. You're right. It's coming to exclude that you can't do malika on its head. We already established this, that the malika is not in the head. The malika is below the head. Says Gemara, my roishoy, shipu roishoy. Roishoy means the bottom part of the head, the tail end of the head. Right over here, let's call it. He went in over here, but went downwards, here, right like this. Take a look over there. You go in a bad spot, but come down lower. The entry to the malika was in the head. You're not supposed to go in the head. But he eventually got to the simanim lower below. Does that make any sense? Lower below? Not really. Further down. No. He was magrim. He was as hagrama to the good. Hagrama for the good. And he went until he got below. So this is the case that we had by an animal where a person starts terribly. Like, where was it? This one. The red arrow. He's going in the red. It's in the koiva somewhere. No good. But then he takes a right turn and goes into the tabas hagdoila. that's great. Tabas HaGdoila is okay. And he did 2 shlish in the Tabas HaGdoila, which is a good shchita. Nevertheless, we say it's possible. Why? Because the animal dies after using the first third of in no good and the second third in good. So it didn't have a good shchita. Yes, you're right, you continued another third and you went all the way down, but it's too late, the animal's dead by then. I just want to say here, it came to my head, so I'm going to say this, that one of the highlights of the trip, Mark Ashkenazi, as a surprise to me, it was a very special surprise for me. I want to explain what it was. He made a siyum on Masechta Shabbos. And it was one of the most emotional siyum that I was at. People were very, very emotional. The reason is because that was the gap that he had to finish Shas with Klal Yisrael. He wanted to finish Shas when Klal Yisrael finished Shas Brachos. So he took it upon himself to go to the beginning of Shas. And it took him 3 years of flights. On all his flights from New York to Phoenix and back, he did Dafim of Gemara and he finally finished. And he was constantly told me, oh, and this Daf, you mentioned so and so. On this Daf, you mentioned people that are new to the Shir, v'chulu, v'chulu. And it was almost like a Siyum Shas kind of thing for him. And for us, it was a very big thing. So, very proud of him. And we're all proud of Mark because he does so much for the Shir and so much for Klal Yisrael and Baruch Hashem. And for those who are not going to be finishing Shas, by the way, it's exactly a year from now, right? We said yesterday, exactly a year from yesterday, I think, is Siyum Shas. So even though a lot of you are not going to be finishing Shas, it doesn't matter. You'll finish Shas when you finish Shas. You'll finish a half a year later, a year later. Lo Mashaneh. Zog the Gemara. This that you said, there's no such thing as ripping out the siman by a bird. Oh, so now Rabbi say, does a bird need to be shechted? We shecht birds all day long. Meichetesa. So here's the 3 shitas. One shita is Moshe Rabbeinu got it from the Rebbeinu Shalom on Har Sinai. The other shita is it's more than that. It's in the Torah itself. You make a hekesh between a bird and an animal, just like an animal needs shchita, so too a bird. But there's one shita that says it's the Rabbanan. Interesting, only the Rabbanan. In other words, a bird is like a fish. You take a fish, you whap it on the head, you give it a good zetz, kill it. Take a bird, bang it in the head, and that's it. This only goes according to Mandam. It says there's no shchita to a bird from the Torah. But if you hold that there is shchita to a bird in the Torah, yay, shikur. There's no reason to say that a bird is different than an animal. And therefore, just like an animal has ikur, if one of its simonim popped out, it's a treifa, so too by a bird. Because
maybe that's a machlokas of don minal minal don mavruki abasra. Like, do we learn?
I hear the Gemara doesn't go into it really. The Gemara is going to say here. Take a look at what we say now. Omar le adrab ibchim istaber the Omar leman do Omar yesh shchita loif minat Torah ikel meimad dachi agber de nikur. Fakert. If you hold that that shchita is in the Torah, so you could say, oh, that's mamash what you say. Dachi agber de nikur. I learned that there's no ikur. It should be like everything like a behema. Behema has zikr, this doesn't have. But if you hold, it's going to be like a chomer now. If you hold that shchita is only midrabanan, so fakert, if you say it's a complete derabanan, then you have to learn everything from an animal. And ikur, if the one of the simonim popped out, is going to be a big problem. Turning to the Daf, Adar Global Specialist in International Financial Services, by Chaim Milrad, Li'nishmas Imi Mirossi, Frau Etel Bas, Yitzchok Aleh Shalom. I'm not sure if I said this in the last year or so, but I said it Erev Shavuos a few years ago, and Rabbi Ben Shushan quoted me, so I'm going to say it again. I wasn't sure if I should say it, but I'll say it. I like it, but there was, you never know with these things. Many times I go to a wedding, I walk into the wedding, and I don't know exactly what the chassan is. Right? He looks like everybody else. They're all wearing black suits. If you go into the ladies section, so you know exactly who the kala is. She's the one with the white dress, the only one with the white dress. It takes a half a second, you know who she is. How do you know who the chassan is?
White tie.
The one who takes the kala home. The one who takes the kala home. Rabbi said, we're here, Erev Shavuos. We could proudly say that we learn Torah every day. Most of us for the whole last year, some of us for the last 20 daf of Chullin, whatever it is, whenever you started. But we say, Rabbi Shalom on Shavuos, Matan Torah, I'm here, I'm taking the kala, I'm taking my Gemara home. I'm the chassan at Torah. Zog the Gemara. Omar Ravina, we'll finish over here. Omar Ravina, Omar Li Ravin Bar Kisi, Hadatani Ravin Bar Cheskel, Ein Iker Simanim Ba'if. There's that Ravin Bar Cheskel said there's no Iker Simanim by a bird, there's no it popped out of place. Le'amorin Ela B'Melika, Ava B'Shchita, if you're doing Shchita, Yesh Ikor. We'll stop right over here. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.